What's up guys, Jordan here, and today I'm going to be reviewing a new offering from DiGiorno. They actually just came out with a new pizza, and it is the wood-fired style crust DiGiorno pizza. So they have a variety of different topping selections. I went ahead and went with just classic pepperoni. So let's go ahead and crack into the box and check it out.
All right, so here it is, cracked out the box. Immediately, the first thing I noticed is there is a bunch of seasoning that they put. Again, very similar to what Walmart was doing or is doing with their pizzas. Yeah, I'm sure it's just a simple Italian seasoning like oregano, parsley kind of stuff. I don't see like any Parmesan or anything, but yeah, besides that, it looks pretty good. Another thing I'm immediately noticing, boom, pre-burnt crust. Again, probably to help, deliver that signature wood-fired taste. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get it popped in the oven, and let's see what it looks like when it comes out. All right, so I just got it out of the oven, and have to say it looks pretty good. I just cooked it to instruction, and everything kind of crisped up nicely. We got a little bit more browning along the crust. That's going to be some good flavor. The pepperonis look good. Cheese melted, seasoned. So anywho, I'm going to let this cool down. I'll get it sliced up, and then we'll dig in.
All right, so I got it sliced up. We're going to go ahead and put some cheese and peppers on it, and before we dive in. So I'm pretty excited. This pizza just came out, I believe, last week, or within the last week, and they've been doing a lot of marketing in my area for it. Like, I actually saw like 3 billboards. Yeah, billboards for frozen pizza. I'm in the Oklahoma area, so I don't know if DiGiorno just freaking runs this place or not. We got a lot of DiGiorno enjoyers in this place, but obviously if they're willing to post billboards, I think I saw like 3 this week. So the billboards for frozen pizza, it's got to be good, right? I mean, DiGiorno, you're setting these expectations up here, but I'll have to say, I've been trying a lot of frozen pizzas, and DiGiorno's got some competition, not gonna lie. So first off, we're gonna go ahead and get a slice. I'm already immediately noticing some flop. It feels, there's a light crisp at the bottom, but we got flop. Not super greasy, so that's promising, but it looks pretty good. Let's check it out. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. I can taste that seasoning pretty much immediately. I definitely notice a difference in the crust. The pizza is also saltier than the last DiGiorno I had, and saltier than a lot of other pizzas that I've been having recently. I don't know if it's a sauce. I don't know if it's pepperoni. Okay, that crust has some crisp to it, has some char. Just look, I don't know if you can see it, but there is it's kind of bubbly. All right, let's get a different piece. Something with a little bit more char to it. I want to try the sauce just by itself here. We got some sauce. Okay. The sauce is saltier than the previous DiGiorno I had, and honestly, a lot of the other frozen pizzas I've had. I noticed it immediately. I'm also going to try a pepperoni by itself. That's a saltier pepperoni, maybe even a little thicker than the last DiGiorno pizza I had as well. So I don't know if they're just like, if a lot of it. I did notice it says premium pepperoni. I don't know if all their pizzas say that. So maybe this is like a different pizza for this. You know, interesting. I'm going to go ahead and take another bite here. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about this crust. I'm gonna go ahead and go for like a more like crust centric bite here. Maybe we'll do a fold. All right. All right. So I think that's enough of that. I can give you some thoughts. So first off, I immediately notice the sauce and the pepperoni. Clear different. There's pop. There's pop to it. Again, something you've heard me talk a lot about so far on these. The sauce is kind of, you know, in my experience so far, it's been kind of the make or break thing. It's been the thing that's separating these pizzas from forgettable, just whatever, to actually, wow, enjoyable. I'm gonna remember you. I'm gonna want to eat you again. So the sauce, however, I'll say it's not really sweet. It's not really robust. It's like salty. I don't know. Different than what I've noticed some of the other brands doing. You know, I've noticed a little bit more sweet, more robust. This is more hearty and salty, if that makes sense. Very interesting. Don't know if I like that exactly, but over, say, the other options. But it's good. It's better than just the neutral, you know, tomato sauces that I've kind of gotten accustomed to in these pizzas. Something else I want to talk about is the crust, because that's obviously what makes this DiGiorno pizza different than the others. And the crust is definitely a tougher crust. It is tough. It is, think like a sourdough, okay? If you don't like sourdough, then you probably won't like this crust. It is a sourdough style, ciabatta style kind of crust. Very dense, but airy. It has a sourdoughy, ciabatta-y taste and also texture. If you ever toast one of those breads, you know, they get very tough. They're very dry, you know. And they're very tough. Like pulling it, getting that. It's like you get their rising crust pizza, you get their stuffed crust pizza. You kind of just cut through, you know. But this, you gotta. You gotta rip it. You know, it's very, very tough. Taste, great. I recently reviewed that Target Good and Gather Anna Kim pizza. This is like the same. It's the freaking same. Okay. However, this crust is way better. Okay. The Anna Kim, I had to chew forever to like chew and swallow that bread. It was very, very tough, very unforgiving. It was it actually like just shredded my mouth when I ate it. You know, while everything, it was way more sour, way more sourdoughy. You could tell it was more of like an artisan style, you know, crust. Maybe the quality is technically better than this, but God, it was a terrible eating experience. And this is a way smoother eating experience while trying to deliver kind of the same thing. So, cost, it was the same as like a regular DiGiorno. I think maybe a tad more expensive, but basically the same. I think it was like $7. I'd say it's worth it. I'd say it's worth it. Would I get it over a regular DiGiorno? Would I get this over a regular DiGiorno pizza? No. No. I think it's good. I think it's worth as like a change up, you know? I think this is a pretty good attempt at making a pizza of this style. I think it's executed pretty good. You know, we got good color, good taste of the crust, flavor wise, it's all there. The eating experience really isn't that bad. Get chewier, just a little bit more dry. Does it deserve a spot in the rotation? Sure. If I could only have the rising crust or this wood fired, I would probably go with the rising crust. If that's the only one I could have forever, for sure. I just think it's like a little bit smoother. I will say I think the sauce and the pepperonis are better on this one. But like they actually like have presence to it, whereas I think the original DiGiorno kind of is just par, if that makes sense. Like it's just passable, you know. It doesn't do anything necessarily good, but it's not bad either. So, you know, if you're on the market for a DiGiorno pizza and you want something new, maybe something that tastes like a little bit better quality, maybe not so frozen tasting, get this one. I think you'd have a good experience eating it. Whether or not you'd want to get it again, I don't know. That's going to be up to you. But I don't think you'll be disappointed eating it at least once. And maybe it would even be in your rotation after that. So, anywho, on that note, I'm going to eat the rest of this. What did you think about the video? Do you like this pizza? Have you had it yet? What'd you think? Do you want to try it now or not? Let me know. I would love to hear it. Maybe tell me about another pizza that you've had that maybe I should try. Or maybe tell me a pizza I should buy instead of this one. You know, I'll do that too. I'm listening. You know, I read all the comments. You know, like, dislike, I'll take both. You know, share my video, whether it's for good reasons or bad. That's cool too. You could even subscribe. Maybe you'll come back. That'd be nice. I'd love to have you here. On that note, I hope you have a great night. I appreciate you for stopping by. And until next time, peace.